Hi guys, I'm Ollie. I'm trying to show people how to achieve the body of their dreams naturally around a full-time job. In this video I'm going to show you my 3-year transformation, and I'm also going to show you the 6 pillars that have helped me achieve it. Let's go through it. So I'm 27 years old now, and I started about 10 years ago. I broke my leg. You can see all the details about that in my previous video where I take you through the evolution of my gyms. But I really started properly training only about 3 years ago, when I decided that I really needed to suck it up and just try and diet down and see how I can achieve the best body I possibly can, just so I can look back at the pictures when I'm older. It would start me off on a fitness journey where I've now competed about 4 or 5 times, I think, and had a great time doing it. I've learned so much about my body and I feel so healthy and confident because of it. So I decided to do my first competition in 2017. I hadn't really been training very consistently for a long time, but I finally finished my exams, so I had nothing to do in my spare time. I decided therefore just to go for it. And I picked a competition, a rookie men's physique competition at Leicester. I looked at competitions, and there was one about 10 weeks away in Leicester. I was living in Nottingham at the time and I thought, what the hell, let's just do it. But I told no one about it. I paid for a £10 diet plan offline and I followed it to the letter. I stuck to the diet really vigorously, and 7 weeks later I was ready to compete, but I didn't tell anyone about it. So my face was getting more and more thin and I looked more and more ridiculous at work. Then all of a sudden, after the weekend where I competed in my first show, I came in bright orange after being covered in tan. I won my first rookie show and then went on to the rookie finals, UK BFF, which was a great experience. I think I came 3rd in the UK rookie, which was a really good way to get me fired up and start off in men's physique. The next year was 2018 and I felt like I had to do the same thing again, but try and do it in the adult class. So this year I went to the Birmingham qualifier. I was living in Birmingham at this time and I came 3rd, so I just scraped qualifications for the nationals. So after that I thought, well, if I come 3rd in the regionals, I'm never going to make it to top 5 or top 6, whatever it is, in the finals. So I thought, to hell with it, I'm not going to do it. It was 2 months away. I'd been dieting for 12 weeks before that first proper show, and I thought I just can't do that to myself again for another 4 weeks. And competition dieting is really, really stringent, and I'm now not doing it because I don't think it's healthy for you for a long period of time. I've had 2 years off since then, as you can tell. It was a couple of weeks before the national show and I just thought, why not? Why not go and just have a go? It might be good exposure, I might meet some cool people, get inspired to carry on my fitness journey. So I went anyway, and actually I came 4th. So I was chuffed to bits coming 4th on a national show with everyone there had been training for years. They're all personal trainers, it was their job full time. I'm still working full time and loving my career, which is completely nothing to do with fitness. So much so that I then went and did a Miami Pro, which is a little bit more eventful, should I say, and you can see the videos on my intro. So I haven't competed in 2 years now. I didn't compete last summer, I'm not going to compete this summer, and it's coronavirus, but I'm just really enjoying trying to stay naturally lean without having to do a crazy competition diet like I did. And that's what I'm going to take you through in future videos, how I keep fit without having to go absolutely crazy. Because the people that knew me when I was competing, I was doing morning cardio sessions and abs. Then I was eating little and often meals throughout the day, but with barely any calories in them. I was so hungry and my face was gaunt, I looked ridiculous. And then I was training in the evenings as well, doing weights. So my girlfriend never saw me, my friends never saw me. I just went off the grid for the 12 to 16 weeks around competing season, which is no way to live. Therefore now I'm just trying to live a fitter, healthier life, lifting and enjoying it and loving it, and actually eating pretty much what I like, but still trying to stay relatively lean, enough to stand out at the beach. Not that there is a beach around here, I'm in the middle of the UK. So with that being said, I'm going to show you my transformation montage. Here it is. said I was going to show you the 6 key pillars that I've kind of lived by throughout my fitness career to try and stay on track consistently and achieve what I've done without taking any drugs, without eating stupid amounts of meals, and without missing out on everyday life. So the first one is the start now. I can't express how much of a boost it gives you to start when you're 16, 17, 18, right up until you're 24, because that's the moment when your hormones are flowing through your body, and if you train at the same time, it will give you that really good baseline that will propel you through the rest of your life. I always remember a friend of mine, we were training together, we were about 21, and he just started lifting, and he said, I wish that I started when you started, which was about 17, because I grew so much quicker than I would have done if I'd started at 21, or if I'd started now at 27. I feel old. So capitalise on those hormones. If you're watching this and you're 16, 17, 18, 19, all the way through up to about 24, start now. Obviously start now if you're older than that. I'm not saying that you won't get gains out of lifting, but you won't have the same hormones that other people will. So start now. There's never a better time. Point number 2, consistency and compounding. If you start when you're 16, 17, 18, and you train consistently every single week, week in, week out, it'll compound, and you'll be able to build on all of that previous work that you've done, and it will grow and grow and grow, and you'll grow much better for it. You'll build better, stronger joints, bigger, fuller muscles, rather than just trying to go from nothing to a mass monster. It shouldn't happen. If you're taking drugs, it might happen, but we're trying to be naturally achieving the body of our dreams here, which is more sustainable than just pumping your body full of a load of drugs and just getting to point B for the hell of it. If you're consistent, then it's so much easier to go into the gym the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day. It just compounds. Every day is slightly easier. So when you wake up and you don't really feel like going to the gym, what you need to do is look back at yesterday and say, well, I did it yesterday, I can do it again today. Now, I know the time at the moment is that a lot of gyms are shut down, so the worst thing you can do now is give up and never go back, because all those years and months or even weeks or days of training that you did before we got put into lockdown will all be wasted if you don't start again the second you can get back in the gym. So just get back to it, start those hard first few days consistently. The first week will be really hard, but then the second week will be a slightly bit easier. Third week will be piss easy. Point number 3, view food as something that can propel you forward or pull you back. This is something that took me years to master. Now, I didn't really properly master it until I had a proper diet plan for the first competition. So it's something you need to get on top of, understand what you're eating and what's holding you back. If you every day are eating a chocolate bar, that's holding you back. That's pulling you back a step. You may as well not bother doing that half an hour treadmill run, or not bother going and lifting those weights if you're not going to eat that chicken breast. And select the food items that give you a step forward and help you achieve something or put nutrients back into your body, and assess the food items that will strip your body down and make you fat, not heal you, and they're a complete waste of calories. So every time you look at a piece of food, think, is that going to help me propel myself forward, or is it going to pull me back by sticking fat onto your body and not healing your muscles? Point number 4, challenge yourself every workout. Now, it's really easy when you get your consistency up and you feel like you're compounding to hit a plateau, and that's when you're like, oh, I'm just doing the same thing every week, I'm just benching every day or whatever you do, I'm just lifting the same lifts every day. But if you change it up, challenge yourself, put a little bit more weight on and try and achieve the same number of reps as you did last week, then you will propel yourself forward time after time after again. That might just be on bench press, you put half a kilo either side and you try and squeeze out 1 extra rep. That's challenging you. If you do that every day, that will get more and more and more and more. And if you relate back to point 2, which is compounding, then your compounded strength gains and muscle gains will go up exponentially. Another thing about challenging yourself is actually you enjoy it, because sometimes it can get really tedious if you're doing the same regime every single day, every single week, time after again. And if you're lifting the same weights, you're probably not going to see much of a gain. So point number 5, keep injury free. Now, in the last one I said challenge yourself, but the whole point of keeping injury free is that you can keep making those small incremental gains. If you tear a pec, if you tear a bicep, it's going to take you years to come back from that. We've seen some really big, famous people rip their biceps, rip their quads, rip their pectoral muscles, and you're never going to get the same body again. It's going to be always a little bit damaged. And that'll put you back months, if not years. So never be stupid in the gym. Lift what you're comfortable with. Don't lift what someone else thinks you should lift. If you feel like something's hurting, just stop it and come back again rested for another day to attack it. Okay, so the sixth and final point is that you need to keep it simple. If you follow every single fitness fad out there, then you'll never achieve anything. All you need to do is stick to basic weightlifting principles, basic dieting principles, and you'll be fine. I've seen so many weird, crazy fads going around, like those wrist straps for your cable machines and all sorts of things like that. Just get a barbell, some dumbbells, and maybe even a cable pull-down machine if you really need to. But if you stick to the basics and you train right, you train smart and consistently, then you'll be fine. You don't need to follow the fad. So keep your training simple, and I'll take you through my full workout regime in a later video. So there you have it. I've shown you my transformation and how you can achieve the transformation of your dreams too. 1. Start young. 2. Consistency and compounding. 3. View food as gains and losses. 4. Challenge yourself each workout. 5. Keep injury free. And 6. Keep your training simple. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you do, give it a like, give it a subscribe. I'm going to put some more videos out there of how I train consistently at home, in my home gym, how I work out around a full-time job. I'm going to put up my training split soon as well. But also let me know what you want to see.